Hello everyone, my name is the SeaTactics, and Benny Boo is here today to tell you guys that, hey, I'm covering the first 2 episodes of Golden Kamuy because Benny Boo was doing those SAO videos, and he was like, wow, these are not getting any views, and then I go to search up and, YouTube search and see what's going on in there, and it's just a bunch of people uploading videos like leaked Kirito death, and it's just the first episode of what happens at the end of episode 1, and it's like, what? And it came out like a week after the first episode. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is the point of that? And that's like all the videos are. And if it's not that, it's like Chibi Reviews and all the big guys or whatever who do their kind of thing. So, I'm just gonna do whatever and see what sticks. There may be some videos on Karakuri Circus this week. I don't know. I just want to do something seasonal that's gonna, be... At least people will watch it, So I'm gonna see what sticks here, and I like Golden Kamuy, and it could possibly stick. So if you're watching this, and if you want to see more, give this video that thumbs up and comment below and be like, hey, see Daddy, we want more of these Golden Kamuy videos. I don't know why you would call me C Daddy. Call me Ben Daddy, Benny Boo. Call me that as well. So, episode 1 of Golden Kamuy. Well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory of what happened in episode 1 if you haven't seen it already. And of course, why are you watching these videos if you haven't seen the episode? So, just to give like a brief recap, the episode begins, we get introduced to this guy who makes skins, because the guy with a metal plate on his forehead wants to use them for something, and it turns out that this guy killed his family or killed a lot of people and then stuffed these people, and he also makes like outfits out of dead people's skin. Very weird guy. And in terms of like what this episode brought, it was hilarious. I mean, this was dark comedy at some of its best because it wasn't full in your face dark comedy. It was just subtly dark. Like, you don't think about too much of the ramifications of what he's done or really at all what he's actually done, like in theory, but like once you do, it's like, oh, it's really dark, but it's funny. It's a very funny episode. You wouldn't think so with it being so dark. But one thing I loved about this episode is they used our expectations against us. The twist of this whole thing was revealing that all of these people are dead, and you think that they're actually just a bunch of people in his house because we expect Golden Kamuy to have this really cheap animation, and I thought, oh, Geno Studio got a bad budget for Season 2. That's sad. I thought they were going to get a bigger budget. And it's all like stop motion and stuff like that, and it's very, very simple. Just the most simple, rudimentary animation you could possibly think of, and suddenly the twist happens and they're all mannequins. Stuffed people. And, I mean, honestly, when this episode began, the art looked so much better anyways, which I thought, oh, they're going to have... I mean, of course they're going to have better looking art. I think that makes sense. They'll have a bigger budget in the first one because this was a very successful anime. But I thought they were going to do the animation thing again where it's like just really cheap, awful animation. And for the most part, they keep pretty much the same kind of art style, but it's just much better quality. And really, yeah, I mean, we got the bigger budget we wanted. And that's what I really loved about episode 1. That's what was most notable about episode 1 because, I don't know, I just went into it expecting a bigger budget, and they kind of fooled us, and I don't know. It was a good episode. I really liked it. I wonder, well, I mean, let's just go ahead and get into it. Episode 2. Initially, when this episode started off, I was thinking the skin guy could get easily boring as the show went along, but they actually end up killing this guy. And I like that because he's not going to get bored. And that brings me to another point, is that I'm always very surprised by this series. When I think this series is going to do something specific, like, for example, in the end of Season 1 and did the Dick-sensei stuff, and they actually brought him back to this episode as well, just always keeps me on my toes guessing and surprised. Like genuinely surprised and happy for some of these things. Also, the cat This episode was really funny, just for different reasons. Like, even the skin guy had some funny moments, and I thought his presence was wearing thin by the beginning of episode 2, because he was just in all those random ugly and disgusting skin outfits. But like, the cat gave him a present, and I love that because it's if you're a cat owner. If you're a cat owner, if you don't know, your cat will, if you let it go outside, it will bring you back dead things. And because if you don't know, cats want to provide because they're in your family, so they want to provide for you. They want to be nice. They don't want to just take from you, as a lot of people would say. They actually do sometimes want to give back, sometimes. But yes, it is mostly a one-sided relationship between a cat and a human. It is pretty much the human is giving the cat all the attention. Also, Ogata, really nice for him showing back up. He killed one of the troop guys, sniped him right in the head, which set up this whole episode basically, and into once again a very surprising chase scene that probably wouldn't happen in the first season of Golden Kamuy. And I really loved this because it was dynamic, it was interesting, and well, at the end they hit a gas pocket, and when they hit the gas pocket, they sealed off the mine, and they were trapped. And then, at the end, he's like, I'm the immortal Sugimoto, and he drags the escaped king, back to the entrance, and it's all wooded up, and he's trying to break it down, and he ends up breaking some of it. But then Dick-sensei comes, and he just demolishes this barricade that traps them in, and he saves them. And this is where we get the return of Dick-sensei, which I love. I love this character. I love Ashirpa and Dick-sensei's weird, awkward relationship where she's like, Chinko-sama, or Chinko-sensei. I love that, and she still has that weird thing that he gave to her. This show is just randomly funny at random times, and it always, once again, keeps me on my toes, keeps me guessing. But I think they're having an argument later in this episode, and Ashirpa, they're talking about the Ainu gold and the people that were killed, and Ashirpa almost brings up her father, and Ogata kind of catches on a little bit. Ogata's like, wait a second, she got cut off. Does that mean that she's the daughter of that one guy? I can't remember his name. So I think Ogata is catching on, and Ogata is a very interesting character in this series so far because he seems to have be a little bit more ahead of the game on a lot of these characters. And I do wonder what kind of role Ogata will play in the future. I think he's going to play a fairly important role, and I think he's also in this weird category where he's not a good guy, and he's not technically a bad guy either. He would be like chaotic lawful. That's what I would give him. That's kind of the label that I would go with. And he's just a really interesting character because you look at him and his character design is really awesome. It's really rounded, really it's really awesome. And you would think he would get lost in the shuffle with all these other, blue coat military types, but he actually doesn't. He just has this cool vibe about him, and of course the stitching on his face and the way his face looks helps him stand out. But he's awesome. I love this character. He came out of nowhere near the ending of season 1, near the middle end, and since then he's just been awesome. Also, Trap Sensei is back, so we got her. They're like, wait, you're alive? And she's like, yep, I'm alive. And then they also parody The Last Supper, I think is what it's called. I'm not a religious guy, but the last dinner Jesus and his disciples had. They parody that like straight up. I hope I have a screenshot of it. It may be the thumbnail because it's legitimately one of the. It made me laugh out loud. That was how funny it is. And I'm not a religious person. If you were disrespected by that, I apologize. But I'm not apologizing on his behalf. But like, just for my own words. But I thought it was hilarious. And then at the end, metal forehead guy who cries through his brain. Is such a weird thing. Weird sentence put together. The skin guy gives him the skins, and from there, the last thing he tells the person delivering them to metal forehead guy is iron, and he realizes that if you get the skins wet and then you touch iron, you will know that they stain. So he's got 5 fake skins, so he knows that which ones will stain and which ones will not, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to try to stain the ones that I get, so he knows they're a fake or not, which is very smart, very, very smart. So with that being said, that's kind of the end of this. Golden Kamuy Season 2 has gotten off to an awesome start, and if you want more of these Golden Kamuy videos, please leave a like. If you haven't already, subscribe and ring the bell. Put down in the comments below, what are your thoughts on Golden Kamuy Season 2? And personally, I am really enjoying it. I just love to hear everything you're thinking about the series down below. What'd you think of the video? All that stuff. Follow me on twitch.tv/SeaTactics to watch every Saturday live on Twitch. Me and my co-host Satsuki the Savage and Everything Animated cover Fall 2018 anime. We're covering things like Karakuri Circus, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. All of the anime that you want to watch, we are covering over on Fall 2018. You don't want to miss out, so head on over there and follow me. And if you haven't already, check out the last 2 episodes of it. The first episode where we cover the first week, and then now the second episode where we're covering for the first time Karakuri Circus. It's one of the best anime this season. You don't want to miss out. All of the links you need to know are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.